Oh, good morning, sir.
They said there were two men walking around with cameras and binoculars and everything.
Well, guilty as charged. That
Obviously,
was me.
yeah.
I won't lie to you. That was me.
Right?
You know,
that was kind of obvious when I pulled up. So.
Yeah, you just have to investigate. That's how you
that.
get the facts. Because Frank sent us out here to do this investigation.
Frank who?
Frank P. P, like pneumonia, the letter P.
Okay, you don't have a full last name?
I don't know what his full last name was. He says not to tell me.
Give ID or go to the station for fingerprints. That's the opening move. No crime articulated. No detention explained. Just comply or cage. That's a red flag, because detention needs reasons, not vibes. They were filming in public, and the officers jump straight to identity demands. This is how rights get pressured away. Watch the wording carefully. What legal basis do they actually give?
Nobody.
Well, that's kind of odd if you're looking for a missing person and he tells you not to tell anybody.
Well, he sends us on missions, so we're just trying to get the facts. And
Right?
well, I'm just trying to find Miss Ming Ling, sir.
Okay.
I don't know. I thought she was here. I just wanted to inspect inside. If they would let me in, maybe like look at the vault area too. He says
I don't think
she's
they'll
probably
let you
back
look at the
there.
vault area, because that's kind of a...
It's a secure. It's
Yeah.
a secure source. So
Right.
the vault is normally one of the most secure like zones in a bank. But we just need to we need to verify the information.
Okay.
Because if it's not verified, we won't know for sure.
Well, let's do this first. If I can get IDs from both of you so I can verify who you are.
But Frank told us not to, sir.
Well, I have to. I'm sorry. That's part of our protocol.
I don't know if I even have my ID, sir. I
gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be back.
Okay.
Okay,
where are you gonna go to the
Milton.
bathroom?
Well,
He just needs to tinkle, probably.
I understand that, but where are you going to go?
I don't know.
Because the closest bathroom would...
Is a toilet, probably.
Right.
There's some. I think there's some.
My neck and my bladder got hurt because when I went to Mexico, I didn't know the wrestling was real.
That's all right,
Oh,
Milton.
right.
It's not like here.
No.
Down there, it's real,
Yeah, that's
Okay.
because they wear masks.
but it's real.
It's real.
No, I know.
Well, just
They
like
wear
the,
masks.
the wrestling here is semi-real. It's very athletic.
So they have wrestling
hurt.
here.
Well, what you see on TV...
So that's here, probably. We could look
not
at it.
here. So...
Well, do you think he could just probably let us in, probably for 5 minutes?
won't let you look in the bank or vault.
Just just by the vault. We don't got to go like in the vault. Just by it.
So, okay.
Do you think we could go?
Like I said, if I can get some ID so I can verify for who you two are.
I'm getting nervous though, sir.
Well, I understand it. Then I can work with you guys. How's that? You work with me, I work with you. It's just
so we work together. Is
Kinda.
what you're saying. Do you think we could become police in this town to patrol?
Not really. You have to go through a lot of schooling for that.
Yeah,
If
but
you
I
wanna
could
go
I
through a
could
lot
do
of
that.
schooling, that's fine.
I thought it was 6 weeks. We could do that. No
It's
problem.
more like 6 months.
Wow, that's a lot
more.
of that's a lot of time.
Yeah, a lot more to it. Hey,
Time and temperature check. It was probably, you say 4 p.m. and 72 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's a good day. It's a good day to be outside, is all I'm saying. Is that another police?
Yep, that's one of the deputy sheriffs.
Deputy. Probably Deputy Douglas. I've met him before.
Nope, we don't have a Deputy Douglas here.
Well, Milton's getting puffed up, sir.
Okay. All right, I still need some ID though.
But we're not supposed to do that, sir.
I need it.
Frank
And in the
says
state of Missouri, if I ask for it, you need
Frank
to give it
says
to me.
that that's BS.
That's not BS.
Frank says we gotta be naughty and commit crimes though first,
Well,
sir.
So
We just can't be saying our names.
like you already told me your names.
Yeah, I know. We just can't say no more though.
Okay, but I need.
He said my
IDs.
jaw's
You
gonna
have
get
to
busted.
Identify yourself.
They call-
Especially if you're doing an investigation, you have to.
Yeah, but I'm the lead investigator.
So it means you have to identify yourself. Especially if law enforcement comes up, you have to identify.
Yeah, but we
yourself.
want to be boys in blue too. So
Well,
we
that's
want
fine.
to.
If
We
you
just
wanna
want to
do that,
become.
You got to, like I said, you got to go through all the training and stuff.
Yeah, but we'll get a waiver. You only need a waiver to get around certain
No.
things.
You got to go through all the training. You have to get certified and all that, and then hired onto a department. So, but let's go back to IDs. I need
Do you
IDs,
have to,
please.
in training, do you have to learn about Constitution?
Yeah.
So like Fourth Amendment?
Yeah.
Okay. You haven't been to that yet?
Oh yeah.
Milton's you puffed them up, sir. That's
Because they said in order to give ID, we have to commit.
Frank says
That's
that.
not entirely true.
Well, Frank was the one that told us this, sir.
Who's Frank, sir?
Frank P.
Frank P. Who's that?
Well, a piece of garbage, if you ask me. But he was the one that sends us on missions to investigate.
Investigate.
We're just looking, sir. We're just looking for Miss Ming, is all.
So let me ask you this, okay? If you're saying Frank is a P,
Huh?
crap in your
Yeah, he's a
opinion,
piece of garbage.
okay, and he's hurt you, right?
My neck.
Your name's Milton.
Yeah,
Frank goes by Milton. Frank
that's
I-
my buddy Milton.
Okay.
Frank
Well,
said it looked
if
like-
he's hurt you, then do you think that he is actually going to tell you the truth then about IDs?
Yes.
No,
No.
because
So Frank's a liar.
yes. So let me explain to you, and I'm sure that the officer has too. Okay.
Okay.
But in Missouri, when you're
The officer says Missouri law requires ID if requested. That sounds authoritative, but listen closely. He hasn't articulated reasonable suspicion of a specific crime. That matters. In street terms, a request isn't an order. And a detention requires facts, not discomfort. Filming a bank from a sidewalk isn't illegal by itself. So what exactly justifies the demand?
talking to an officer, and if that officer requests your ID, by law, you have to give it to him, okay?
Oh,
Frank said that's BS, sir. He says
no, it's true. I
he
promise
says
you.
we have Fourth Amendment rights here,
Yeah.
sir.
Right.
And he says
know,
you
we do
can't
have-
you can't just Gestapo stop
that's
us.
why we
he
have
We're not
says.
just
President Trump,
stopping you.
because Trump.
Oh, we committed a crime then? I was unaware. I didn't know.
We're here for an investigation.
Yeah, but we're the investigators, sir.
Okay, you're investigators for something else, okay?
Yes.
We're here investigating you guys.
So you're investigating the investigators?
Yes.
Why are we doing
got a
this?
phone call.
Yeah,
Because
but I'm the lead investigator
you're
in
a
this.
suspicious person looking into the bank for whatever reason.
No, I'm not suspicious. They call me Billy.
They call you Billy?
I'm the investigator around here, sir.
Okay.
So I just like to investigate. I like to collect different sized pebbles. I was looking at the rock formations. I was looking at the architecture. It looks good. And I was just seeing if Miss Ming Ling could be here, sir.
Ming Ling?
Yes, Ming.
They're
She's a
investigating,
Chinese
looking
woman.
for Ming Ling, which is
She's Chinese.
not been a
Obviously.
resident of around here that I know of in the last 20 plus years.
Okay.
So
Well, then she don't live here. But
Well, that's
the
why
fact
we're here
is
to
that
investigate.
We still have to have your ID so we can identify you. It's either that or we take you to the station down the sheriff's department, and then we fingerprint you. And then
You
we
can't
find
do
out-
that. I burnt my fingerprints off with a pan of oil.
Oh, you did?
actually, I can see fingerprints
Yeah.
from here.
I
Well,
can't see mine because I can't see nothing.
You can't see nothing.
Milton has eye
Those your actual
problems.
glasses?
They're the ones that he got for
Frank told
the.
me I could see more with these.
That's
The other
because
ones didn't
you
work.
can. They magnify.
Okay.
My other ones didn't work. These said,
I'm just saying, sir. We shouldn't be puffing Milton up. It's not good, and we're just trying to
What did you
investigate.
guys drive here?
Sir, we can't get into the details.
What did you
Frank could have dropped us off. I
Frank
can't be
could have dropped you
snitching.
off?
I cannot be snitching. It makes me nervous.
All right. So we're still at the junction of whether or not you're going to give us ID to be able to verify who you are, and if you are investigators. Or
I am an
Yeah,
investigator.
but that's what you're telling me. I don't know that for sure.
They call me investigator journalism.
Question.
Sir.
What's my ID gonna do for you today?
Yeah,
What's
that.
it gonna
What,
do?
yeah.
Way I can
What's it
assure
gonna do?
who
Oh,
you
that
are.
guy's on the sidewalk. He's looking for Ming. I need to know who he is. Oh no, that ain't how it works.
Yeah, you're
I'm just
puffing
saying.
Milton up, sir.
Okay.
I mean,
it
we
will
can't be
also
doing that.
identify you.
What do
Yep,
you need that
you
for?
puffed him up.
Because how do I know you're actually Milton?
You know that guy's actually.
Look at his bowl cut, sir.
Where the hell-
No one else has a bowl cut around this part that I've
Like if I
seen.
yell Larry and that guy looks over here, how you gonna know he's really Larry?
You got to tase him. You got to pull him over. That's what I would do. I don't care. I mean, you do need to get the information one way or another. And
Right.
I just don't.
You need to
I
get
don't
the
like.
information one way or another.
Yeah, but we're the investigators, sir. We can't have our investigation interfered
right
with.
now, I'm investigating you.
Yeah, but we're investigating
Well,
first.
my investigation will probably trump yours.
Well, they say first the worst, second the best. So we are the best in business, sir.
So would you like to either give me your driver's license or some form of ID, or would you like to go to the sheriff's office and get fingerprinted?
I'm wearing my speed boots on today, sir.
Now the pivot, you're suspicious. That's the justification. Here's the problem, suspicion alone isn't a chargeable offense. Under the Fourth Amendment, officers need reasonable suspicion tied to criminal activity. Not just people called. That's a credibility gap. If filming equals detention, everyone with a smartphone is fair game. See the slippery slope forming.
Okay.
Yeah, but that one's on
Okay.
tight.
Hey, Billy, is it?
They call me Billy, sir.
Okay, Billy, can I read you something real quick?
Yeah.
Yes.
And this is Missouri law, okay? In Missouri, law enforcement officers can require a driver to provide.
I can't read. You can't
Yeah,
read?
Milt,
Not
his
with
his eye
You
sockets
go
aren't
ahead and
good.
read it.
In Missouri, law enforcement officers can require a driver's license to provide their identification and vehicle registration during traffic stop or when they have reasonable suspicion of
Crime.
Criminal activity.
Criminal activity. What crime are we suspected of, sir?
Is this a traffic stop? I don't.
17 to 19.
I
They
didn't drive.
even make
That.
siren noises.
Listen. Additionally, RSMO section 302.181 requires driver's license to be carried and displayed upon demand. Okay?
Yeah, that's true.
So, with that, that means that even right now you should have a driver's license.
Hold on.
Or non-driver's license.
But
First two criteria haven't been met yet, sir.
sir,
No
that's
traffic
Milton.
stop,
He's smart.
no crime. I watched what is it?
That's a documentary.
Judge
Judy.
and that,
She does that all the
that
time.
criteria is
Okay,
not
that's
met.
different. That's not Missouri.
We're not pulling a traffic stop.
Right.
We're coming to identify two suspicious individuals, which gives us reasonable suspicion.
What makes
But-
us suspicious?
Yeah,
Taking
sir.
pictures in
That's
public?
that's
You guys
Milton.
are actually taking pictures of a bank.
I took pictures of the bank. I'll admit
Did
it.
you identify
Okay.
the Google camera?
I'll
when
admit
it
it.
came around?
I took pictures. I've been taking pictures outside. I'll admit it. I did it.
Okay,
I did
well,
it.
Here's the deal.
No, they're on.
The officer reads the statute aloud and accidentally limits himself. He cites ID requirements during a traffic stop or when there's reasonable suspicion of crime. That's important. Because this wasn't a traffic stop. And he still hasn't identified a crime. That's where the argument collapses. Policy isn't law. And law has thresholds. Did you catch the contradiction?
You'll have to
Here's the
provide
deal.
ID.
Here's the deal.
Okay?
But sir,
It's either,
you got to
only two
pull
ways
us
it's
over
gonna go.
legally. Yeah, or you got to suspect us of a
It's going to
crime.
be the easy way. or
That's
the
what
hard way.
Frank
He's gonna say
says.
that next.
Don't
Watch.
say that, please, sir.
Sir?
You'll puff them up.
You come here.
You need to provide ID. Or
Do we
you
have to
can-
provide
you can
ID
take-
without committing a crime?
Absolutely, because we were called here.
Oh,
what?
so we don't
I
have
can pull
Fourth
you over
Amendment
there. Does that
here?
mean you got to identify
Fourth
everybody on the
Amendment,
sidewalk?
yes.
No.
So how come
No, I
our
don't.
Fourth Amendment's
That would be
getting stripped?
violating your Fourth Amendment.
Because we're
Explain.
supposed to be secured in our persons and papers, which would be our ID.
Not just
And we
walking.
haven't committed a crime or got pulled over legally and
Walking
lawfully.
on the sidewalk taking pictures
So,
is not a crime.
We're investigators, sir. Just let us investigate,
Save
please.
yourselves. Save yourselves.
you've
your
already-
qualified immunity right
You've already puffed Milton up, and you shouldn't do that. Look, that's a state trooper. Look at his hat. He's a
he
drill
comes.
sergeant. He's a drill sergeant.
now. Who's the game warden?
Game warden.
Not a game.
Not quite. Trooper Mont, Missouri State Patrol. How are you?
Now comes the threat escalation, fingerprints, station, vague consequences. That's pressure tactics. And here's why that matters. Coercion can turn a consensual encounter into a detention fast. If you say, or we take you, you'd better have legal authority. We never hear a crime named. Not obstruction. Not trespass. Nothing. So what's the lawful hook here?
Howdy.
Good to see you, sir.
Milton and Milton.
No.
No. Let's
Nope,
start over.
Billy.
Can we shake hands? My hands are sticky.
I'll fist bump.
Yeah.
Yo,
let's
fist him.
Start over.
Yeah.
I mean,
He fisted
we,
Milton.
We don't need to. Yeah. I mean, we were just enjoying the architecture on this building, and these guys come along. Oh, you need
That's
your
not
ID.
what you told me.
That was one of the things we were doing. I didn't tell you everything. Go ahead.
Yeah, these guys are being dumb.
So what's your name?
They call me Billy.
They call you Billy, and what are
They call him
Milton.
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 O-N.
Okay,
Like
so
on
no
your shirt.
Lucas.
Who's Lucas? Lucas Motor Oils.
Lucas.
Luke.
Maybe he's talking about Frank.
You talking about Frank? Franklin.
Aware of.
Frank did that.
Hey, where's your badge?
We don't wear badges. We got collar brass.
What? Is your body cam on?
Yes, sir.
Yep. It has a red light.
I don't see it.
Yeah, these guys are being dumb, and they're trying to stop us without a crime, saying we have to ID for filming in public. And I said, hey, you guys are dumb. We don't have to do that. You got to learn the basics of law. And they're like, yeah, we know the law. And then they use Google to pull it up. And then they're like, oh, see, you got to have these criteria of getting lawfully pulled over or committed a crime before you can even ask for ID.
Right.
And we said, yeah, you guys are dumb. And they're like, no, it doesn't matter. You're suspicious. And we're like, suspicious isn't a crime, you dumb nerd.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, well.
A supervisor arrives. The tone shifts. No cuffs. No transport. No fingerprints. Just have a good day. That tells you something. If there was real probable cause, this wouldn't end with a casual exit. This is why knowing the difference between a request and a lawful order matters. If this were you, would you file a complaint or a records request first? Like, subscribe, and credit to the original auditor for capturing the encounter. This video provides transformative commentary and legal analysis of publicly available police audit footage for education, critique, and accountability under fair use, 17 U.S.C. Section 107.
Oh, we're dumb nerds, but I don't care. And they said we're going to throw you in a cage.
In a cage. And they said they're going to
fingerprint us.
off.
They're going to pull our pants down and do the strip
Brooke said he
search.
was gonna,
They're trying to be disgusting with us, and we said, no, don't do that today.
and then he was going to tell Frank.
Yeah, he's going to snitch on us to Frank. And we said, hey, you guys are dumb. Don't do that.
So where are you guys from?
Well, we can't say any personal information, sir.
How about how you got here?
We can't say nothing.
Can't say nothing?
Frank says, zip your lip, or I'm going to wire it shut again.
Okay.
Frank's mean to him. He's a POS.
Frank hurt me.
That's true.
They still.
He's going to go over there and tell him. He's going to say, yeah, these guys know what they're talking about.
Yeah, sir, they're pretty dumb. You got to speak
Brooks, you might
English.
wanna-
We're looking for somebody, sir.
If you're looking for a missing,
She's missing to us.
He's the lead investigator.
You need to go back to Frank and make sure Frank has proper information.
Well,
because
sir-
right now I don't think he does.
Well, let's
And
be
you're
real
in the
here.
wrong city and state.
You're a horrible
please.
investigator, so let's leave.
Quick recap, filming in public, no crime articulated, ID demanded anyway. That's the pattern. The Constitution doesn't disappear because someone feels uneasy. Fourth Amendment protections require objective justification. Not ego. Not curiosity. Not because I said so. This is how rights shrink, one unchecked encounter at a time. So tell me, would you comply, refuse, or document everything?
Leave the investigating to me
Good luck
because you
with
suck
that.
at it.
You
Have
go.
fun.
You go watch the
Hope you don't-
constitutional
hope you
video.
Yeah, you guys
I
are
just don't
dumb.
want you to lose your pension, sir.
The walk of nerd.
You know, a lot of states are.
This is a lost cause. They don't want to listen.
Oh, I thought we were going to the station.
Like they think.
Have a good day. I knew it was coming. I knew
Yeah,
it.
you better do the walk of nerd, young man. You better do
Yeah,
the
I
walk of
knew that.
nerd.
Yep.
The walk of nerd, ladies and gentlemen. The walk of nerd. Get the hell out of here. You puffed Milton up. You just puffed him up.